Hello, my friends. I am thrilled to be with you today. I just received the brand new Premier Collection NIV Thinline large print genuine goatskin leather Bible from Zondervan, and I am excited to get into it. Let's do it. I'm going to show you the back, let you pause, read the fine print. Now it comes with this nice wrapper that has a Premier Collection foil embossed sticker on it, which I have cut. And then it comes with a letter of certification and warranty, very much similar to like the Crossway Omega Bibles would come with. And that is what you're going to see today. I'm going to show you, stick with me, the Crossway 80th Anniversary Omega Bible. I'm going to show that to you. That is this competitor, okay? They're very, very similar. I'm going to show you my Schuyler New King James Bible that I just got in as well, and I'm going to show you an R.L. Allan. We're going to look at them, and we're going to do that in just a few minutes. A genuine goatskin leather. It feels great. It's kind of got the flimsy, floppy feel as the 80th Anniversary Omega has. Now this has the silver gilding, on the silver art gilding on the side. And you have the silver edge lined. So Zondervan is very similar to Crossway in that it, and of course this has a leather lined, and this sticks out just about as far as the one that the Crossway has for the 80th Anniversary Omega. Now this paper, I'm going to show you the paper here is European paper, but it's printed in China. I'm going to try and zoom in. Here we go. This is, of course, the 2011 NIV text. It's a large print. It is printed in China, but the paper is European grade. So it's great paper. And this is 11.4 font. Okay, 11.4. Everything is black. Double column. Any cross references are at the bottom. Now some of the poetry in the Old Testament, of course, as you can see, the Psalms spread out. And again, this is NIV Thinline large print Premier Collection from Zondervan, just released a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so cross references at the bottom, words in black, NIV 2011 text. We're going to look quickly here at the back after Revelation to see what we have. And after Revelation, tables of weights and measurements. That's it. No maps, no concordance. ISBN number. Okay, now, this is just absolutely smelling great, by the way. Now, we're going to take a look very quickly at both of these. All right. Crossway, Omega, 80th Anniversary. This is in the ESV translation. But I'm going to show you how similar these are. They both have that goatskin leather. They both have a very similar goatskin grain. Although that this appears on camera, the NIV Premier Collection, it's not quite as pebbly. The pebble grain is not quite as much, whereas it's more pebble here. However, they're both very flimsy, floppy. Okay, you can make a burrito type thing out of it, as you can see the pictures of. Okay, on the Omega 80th Anniversary, gold lined, very similar stitching, no goatskin leather indicator here. And this is 10-point font. And we're going to look at that. What 11.4 in a thin line and what 10 looks like. Okay, and I'm going to get to 1 Samuel here. Now I will go ahead and say, flipping through the paper, that the Crossway 80th Anniversary Omega, which you're seeing here, has a higher quality paper. Even though they're both European grade, this one is higher. I can feel it. It feels better. And you can tell too from the camera, it has a slight yellow hue to it, as opposed to this very white over here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I don't know how you can see it well on the camera, but the 10-point font here on the 80th Anniversary Omega by Crossway is not quite as bold as the 11.4 on the NIV Premier collection over here. This is 11.4 and this is 10. Also the cross references and the extra translation footnotes down here, way easier to read. It's not even close. This is way easier to read than the footnotes and cross references here in the 80th Anniversary Omega. Also, the 80th Anniversary Omega has color maps, okay, and a fairly nice sized concordance, okay, and remember the NIV Premier collection does not have that. Something to keep in mind. However, the goatskin leather is very similar, very similar, and then the art gilding, silver under blue, red under gold for the Crossway. Okay, now I'm going to show you back to the NIV Premier collection there. Now we're going to take a look at the calfskin, Buttero calfskin, or Botero, Schuyler, New King James. Now they're both 11-point font. That's why we're going to compare them, and we're going to see what 11-point font looks like from both manufacturers. Now, of course, you can tell that this Schuyler is at least 2 of these Thinline Premier collections by Zondervan. Now, the Schuyler also comes with a message. Now, this is, again, Schuyler, New King James Version, Botero calfskin leather, but it is paste down liner. All right, I don't know about how you feel about that, but there it is. Now, not quite as flimsy floppy, a lot more sturdy, a lot more weight as well. And this just has the 11-point Milo font. This is European Youngblood paper, and this is bound in the Netherlands by Youngblood with a 2K Denmark typesetting 11-point Milo font. Now what you'll notice here, in the verse chapters are, very noticeable, like an 8 there for the verse, and then 25 for the chapter. And the book letters and numbers and things like that are in red, but the words of Christ and God and things of that nature are in black, just like it is over here in the NIV. Now, we're going to look at this because they're both 11-point font. Technically, this is 11.4, but we're going to look at both and compare. I am already seeing that the paper quality is higher in the Schuyler, okay? And it has that slight yellow hue to it, as opposed to the all white in the NIV Premier. Now the ribbons are both the same, both blue. They are both blue. One big blue ribbon on the Premier, one blue on the Schuyler New King James. Now remember, this is 11.4 font, and this is just 11 Milo font. Now, I don't know how well it's showing up on the camera, but they are very, very, very close. And I will say that there's more bleed through. As you can see, the opacity is less over here on the Premier, NIV Premier collection by Zondervan. And this is the Schuyler. It's a little less see-through. So that's a pretty close match there. Very close. Okay, now I'm going to show you the R.L. Allan. This is the ESV Highland Goatskin. Now remember both of these are very high-end. The Allan is high-end. And Highland Goatskin, speaking of high-end. This is what the Highland Goatskin looks like. You can tell the grain is very similar, and there's hardly any pebbling compared to, remember, the Crossway Goatskin. Okay, here it is. And then the NIV Premier on your right. Now, this is the first time that we have both of the same art gilding, blue under silver. Now, I am personally a fan of the blue under silver, or silver over blue, however you want to say it. And if you're a ribbon fan, I know some of you are, no doubt about it. The purple ribbons here in this particular Allan are absolutely light years ahead in quality, thickness, and length compared to the others. Now, this is 10-point font by Youngblood in the Netherlands. Youngblood paper from the Netherlands. Okay. And we're going to take a look here at the NIV Premier. Okay. We're both on 40. Isaiah 40. Isaiah 40. I'll tell you what, flip the page here so we're in the same. All right. Again, slight yellow hue to the paper. Very white paper here with the Premier collection. And no doubt about it, the 11.4 NIV Premier collection font by Zondervan is way more readable. It's larger compared to the 10, but when you think about it, especially like on a computer, when you're writing a document, 10 versus 11, not that big of a difference. But here it is very, very clear difference. Also, the NIV Premier collection here on the right is bolded, and I believe that this is part of the Comfort Print edition of the typeset. Like, you know, as we saw in the Schuyler, we have the 2K Denmark typesetting. Well, the typesetting they have here with the NIV Premier collection is called the Comfort Print. What that, from what I understand, is they've basically bolded everything. Of course, it's not quite as bold as that 41 for the chapter heading, but you can tell that every single letter, including the footnotes down here at the bottom, are bolded, as opposed to here in the Allan with the Youngblood. This is a Crossway ESV text block. The numbers are bolded, but then the rest are not. And that makes a difference when you are reading, and how comfortable does the reading need to be. Page numbers here. And in the Allan, we have a concordance, and we also have color maps, and then also loose leaf paper for journaling. And this is, of course, by Allan and Sharfleet Bookbindery. And on the inside, Highland Goatskin. Now, for the price point, this is where it all comes down to. How much do you want to spend? How much are you looking to spend on this? I received this particular Premier collection NIV Thinline Bible for, you're not going to believe this, $75. Now, if you can get a hold of this Bible for $75, this is absolutely the best Bible out of this whole collection, I'd say, because it has the European paper, although it's printed in China. And then it has the 11-point font, 11.4, and has the genuine goatskin leather. It has the floppy feeling like the Omega has, 3 nice blue ribbons, and it was only $75. It's brand new. It was just released by Zondervan. Now, as far as maybe you're concerned about the yap, I'll show you. Nothing beats the R.O. Allan yap as far as manufactured Bibles are concerned. If you want more yap, you'll have to go and get it custom. But this is the yap on the NIV Thinline, which is pretty generous. Let me show you very quickly on the Omega 80th Anniversary Edition by Crossway. And then I'll show you the Schuyler, the yap. Remember, the Premier is down on your right. So, for your consideration, the NIV Premier collection by Zondervan just released. I'd say get a hold of it quickly, because this is a great, great, great value for your money and a great quality. Smith sewn binding, as you know. No raised spine hubs on the edge, but those are for cosmetic, like here on the Schuyler.